14th, staying behind in Mentoran to deal with the locals.
Mm-hmm. Because he's going to be mayor of the town. He's going to change the name to Dawntown. We're all going to become little worshippers.
That would be awesome.
He's going to lead a crusade.
I don't think cheats will give me worshippers.
Well, see, he has to obey the law of the land. He has to take over the land and then change the law, and then he can do what he wants.
Oh yeah.
So let's get to the point. Did he kill everyone there?
No.
How many people did he kill?
So he left
Whoa.
survivors.
What the hell's that noise? It sounds like barking.
Good question.
Okay.
Basically what we're getting at is, sir, how hard did you fall last night?
What makes you think Sir fell? Come on now. It's Sir.
He didn't fall. He side graded to a different evil class.
A different evil class.
And before Cursed Knight.
Oh God.
Oh, the edge.
Oh, you have no faith in Sir, do you?
I have all the faith in Sir. I have no faith in the Dawn.
To be fair, I don't go. I don't. But because that's fun, much fun that way.
Did you? I was gonna say, did you turn your light off? There you go. It looks like you turned your light off.
I have a new webcam, by the way. How's it looking?
It's pretty good.
Actually, I think the other looked better.
I think that might be the angle, because this one, the lighting's different too. It looks like.
Well,
that could just be color correction.
Yeah, it looks a little grainy for me.
Maybe it's a settings thing.
Alright, so we have everybody in the Skype group, and reminder that Sleeping Tycorax will be using the Roll20 chat for his actions from now on. You get a little bit of response, so keep an eye on that.
Yep, I will. I didn't hear Roy in any moment.
Yeah, I've not heard from Roy either.
I haven't either. He did just wake up, so maybe he's a little
Tired.
out of it still. Yeah.
Are you there, Roy?
Roy, Master of the Dark Arts.
Grand Wizard of Golderan, may our answer call.
Hey, don't say that out loud.
Not in Godoran, at least.
We're not in Golderan. Well, you guys may be in.
Yeah, we are.
Well, we as the players are not in Golderan.
Speak for yourself. You don't know me. You don't know my life.
Well, you didn't say you moved to a fantasy world, so I assume
didn't ask.
Hey man, that'd be pretty bitchin' if you could move to a fantasy world. Although I don't think Godoran would be the one I'd go for.
Oh, I totally would.
Or Casmaran, at least.
It's fine. What's the worst that could happen?
Wizards fuck up with your junk.
Yeah, that's the worst that could happen anywhere at any time.
Wizards fucking around, and then demons. Lots of demons. Demons everywhere.
Wizards with no sense of right or wrong.
The whole
Well,
whole world is demons.
It seems we're down to just one demon, at least in this area.
All the way down.
The world is a demon.
Turtle demons.
Oh, spoilers, the world is a demon. One massive demon.
Yep. It even has a face, we just didn't see it.
Indeed. Alright, so, moving on. Sir, did you get that thing I sent you?
Did you just send it to me?
I sent it to you at... Let me verify... 4:10. So, 4 minutes ago.
So, yeah, I did not look at anything you just sent me. I'm gonna have to do is...
That's a quick summary.
Yeah.
So, obviously with VR being indisposed of, we'll go ahead and assume that he's still sleeping in game. Um,
Also, guys, you better keep good care of Dusk. Sarah will be mighty scorned if something happens to Dusk.
oh, there he is.
Oh,
Well,
Dusk is fine.
I'm going to assume they are took good care of Dusk.
Who's riding Dusk anyway?
It was Veer and Ren.
They
Like-
are.
And you too, Ren. How are you getting there, Ren?
Well, yeah, I used your horse, but I was a passenger, not the driver.
You don't know how to drive a
I
horse?
expected Ren to be the driver.
Yeah, me too. You don't know how to drive a horse?
Oh, horrifying. Anyways, so big thing here. We'll go ahead and assume that the party was able to kind of coincide their schedules to all meet in the same area at roughly the same time at the tavern back in Going Ram.
Well, so what are we assuming that includes me or not?
Yes, the townsfolk were kind enough to offer you a horse that knew its way home.
Okay.
So what are they gonna do, like, town-wise, now that...
You remember the really, really old rancher that VR fucked with on the first night you guys got there? That had
Yeah.
that has his livelihood ruined by the chupacabras?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy stepped in
Okay.
because he didn't have a livelihood anymore, so he just took over the inn.
And you were cool with that, sir?
I assume Sir would be okay with that.
I mean, he was secretly a demon, so...
Everybody's demons.
Yeah, everyone's demons here.
Everyone's demons.
It's all demons.
All demons.
The only survivor? What do you mean?
And then
Oh, the only survivor.
And then Sable got there shortly before Sir did.
I assume everyone would have brought the evidence in before Sir made his way over.
Probably not, because it's still early in the morning. By the time Sable got there, Rin was still drinking her tea.
Okay.
Right, and hi Korak, did you stay in the inn last night, or were you
Adjusting sound.
were you just doing druid things out in the wilderness?
Druid stuff.
He's been doing druid stuff for a while, and night at the end might be nice.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be the first time Hycorax has stayed at the inn. Monumentous day, all. Monumentous day.
Monumentous occasion, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing parties and shit in the streets.
One demon left.
What that means?
All excite.
Now, Krunk did, of course, escort most of you back, along with the weird group of people that you met up with shortly after you left this town.
By the way, guys, I kind of messed up my character sheet when I was porting it over, so I lost all the names of people we've met. If you guys want to throw out names, maybe just PM me the names of what you got on your list or something.
I have everything.
Yeah,
This is my sheet.
I lost my note sheet,
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
and I'm digitalizing my character sheet
Good job.
on Google Docs. I'm taking. Everyone's doing Google Docs these days. I'm being hip and cool, just like you all.
Cool.
The implications.
So,
V, are you there?
yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Again.
Cool. Hey. So you're looking for some NPCs?
Yes. I just want whatever NPC and names of stuff that I might have
Did we
lost.
meet- was there like a homeless guy in that first dungeon, or was it just slime monsters?
It was just slime monsters. There was no homeless guy in the first dungeon.
Okay. I'm just misremembering. It was a few weeks back.
A few months
What was the names of those two guys we killed that were just doing the Benny Hill routine
back. Which ones was that?
in the catacombs?
It was.
You guys never
Yeah.
got their names. Or,
No, we got the
you got
names.
one name.
No, we got both their names.
They were peasant 1 and 2 for all I care.
Let's see. There was quite a few, actually. There was like 6 of them.
Yeah, but we got the first two names.
Let's see here.
Because we kind of, hog-tied them and beat them up and took their names.
I can't remember, you know.
Kolart, Jocelyn, Bertram Otez, Mace Owen, Hemon Ansgott, Gawain Guaranette. Any of those sound familiar?
No.
Warrenet. That's the first time I've encountered that name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come again?
Here, I'll just copy and paste them into Skype. These were ultimately the names gathered from the dead bodies at the catacombs.
Yay!
Yay!
Sorry,
Oh,
inappropriate.
that's fine, thank you.
Did you used to have longer hair sheets?
No,
Had a haircut.
it's just more combed than normal.
Okay.
You'll know when I cut my hair because it'll be gone.
So
Hey, give me 1 second, guys.
Sure.
Fine.
Alright, seconds up.
Alright, so how many people did Sir kill? Like, we're talking about half the
Sir didn't
town?
kill anyone.
Who is it? Where are they? Bring them all here right now. Every
Okay.
last one.
Rin,
Do a trip to the underworld, everyone.
Rin, Sir will, upon seeing that you have not actually taken the evidence in, will request it back, along with the
Immediately?
party fund, upon returning.
I actually just said that out of character, but yeah, I did. I give you back the everything, including the party.
Yeah, that was the Vamptiles binds. By the way, we're calling them Vamptile. At least I'm calling them Vamptiles.
Vamp what?
Vamptiles. Those creatures. I'm calling them Vamptiles.
Vamptiles?
Yeah.
Vamptiles. That's a good one.
Oh, hybrid of vampire and reptile?
Yeah.
Okay. I
That's
was like,
smart.
Kyle, what?
Don't do it
Okay.
again.
Pyres.
And we also have a drawing of one thanks to
Reptile.
Roy's expert drawing
do.
skills.
Wait, I can't draw.
Did you draw one?
Yeah, you can there. Remember?
Yeah, we established
Oh, shit,
that you could
yeah.
draw.
Of course
Yeah,
I
you're a
can.
good artist.
You
I also
should.
have some of their,
Me, I can't draw for shit.
remains.
They are awesome.
Yes, you should note that on your character sheet. Veyar can draw like a beast.
can draw. Like a beast. Specifically like a beast. Like a gazelle. Ask Kaikarax, he would know all about that.
Yes, he knows plenty of gazelles personally and intimately.
I bet,
First... God.
I bet they are drew.
No. He's not Welsh.
Stomachs.
He's an elf. Sorry, that was probably too far.
Can he be both? Oh, shell. Can't really do a Welsh accent, so I'm gonna try.
Okay, whoopsies. Get over here.
Yeah, that's right. I remember what I was doing now.
Come on, start up.
Those are some pretty nice names, actually. Kolart, Bertram, Mace, Heman, Goy.
Come again. Where do these names came from? I mean, we got them from the
Game of
from the
Thrones.
catacombs.
Catacombs.
Yeah.
They were the ones noted as being dead residents of the town in any official reports.
Okay.
There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so we are both, we're all back at the inn and go to random common room. Did you guys ask for the private room again?
Almost certainly. If we're gonna be actually discussing things.
Okay. Just
I-
make it.
I guess when they gets down there and Sir gets there, they find Lena and Sable talking or something.
Fuck. Why did I get rid of this? Once I can just get my Godoran Tavern map back in the system. Oh, shit.
Yes. So, should I...
I had to write down my last advance anyway.
When When should I assume Sir arrived, in contrast to everyone else arriving?
Shortly after. Their horse is really fast. Apparently, the area, well, the village is known for its particularly lively livestock. Before all the chupacabra attacks happened, which is really unfortunate.
So what you're saying is they were experts at making horse meth.
Something like that.
All right. That's acceptable.
Okay.
So,
Right.
I can brew potions.
Use.
How much for a potion of horse meth? No, I'm kidding.
That'd be weird.
That would be very weird.
Is this the one? This is the one.
But no, if you can lure a paladin's mount into a life of addiction, does the paladin fall by proxy? I'm kidding.
What? Jinx, you're a horrible person. I'm just gonna tell you that right up front.
Thank you for being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And perceptive.
Mm-hmm. Very honest. Okay, finally.
I miss being able to be Jinx on Skype. I can't do it anymore.
Okay.
I have
Just don't know it yet.
What now?
Oh. Well, I didn't quite understand what you said. I was going to answer, but I didn't.
Oh, I was lamenting that I can't be Jinx on Skype anymore.
Actually, I edited you. I edited your name on Skype. You can do that with particular contacts.
Oh, can you? Oh, that's handy. Thank you. I'll look into that.
Okay. I've got the map in here. Let me get the tokens on. Bucket mouse, goddammit.
Mentoran. There we go.
So we all there at the moment.
Yes, you're all in the Tavern of Godoran.
Okay.
All in the private room table.
When do I arrive compared to the party? Like
Shortly after they do.
like how long? Like an hour, a day?
Maybe an hour after they woke up.
I thought they wanted me around for a few days to
No, they were
smooth things over.
They were very adamant at there's no reason that you would need to stay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they say basically it will be able to find its way back home. The horse they gave me.
Yes.
Okay, so
He's a very smart horse, very fast horse, and when you're done riding him, he'll find his way back home.
all right, groovy.
It's like a dog. I like those horses.
Or a carrier pigeon.
Let's see.
Cheats.
Yes.
When does Krunk wake up?
He's up pretty early in the morning. He actually comes into the tavern a little sweaty, like he was doing drills out in the alleyway.
Aw.
What am I missing? What the fuck? Red. There you are.
Okay. So first thing Sir says upon seeing everyone, he goes straight up to Rin and says, "I've returned.
Oh,
Give
fuck.
everything back to me."
Oh yeah, there you have it. How did you went in the town?
Surprisingly smoothly.
Nice of you to say hello.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Good morning.
It
How was it?
surprisingly smooth, as I just said.
But do you think they'll be okay, like, long term?
Well, they're better off now than they were before. At least we could say that much.
That's very true.
What did they say? What did they decide on the whole issue?
The what?
What did they decide on the whole issue?
They
want to
decided.
appoint a new chief or something?
Yeah, they one of the farm owners that suffered the most took up the role of the tavern keep and effective town mayor. It went pretty smoothly, surprisingly, as I keep saying.
Krunk over in the corner kind of pipes up. Did you get paid?
Yes, that too. Hang on a second. Let me sort my thoughts. Okay. What was everything you gave me back, Rin?
I'm sorry. 14th. That amount
I
I
did-
sent you, actually, it was 120.
Oh, okay. So, Rin,
It was
what's everything I gave you? The bundle of vamp tile spines, the shadow orb shards, and a drawing of the vamp tile. That's it.
yep, and this much gold.
Oh yeah, the party fund.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, did you send it,
So
Rin? Because I didn't receive anything.
I didn't send you anything.
You
I'm
said this
sending
amount.
to
This amount of coin
Yeah.
was how much coin was it?
and yeah, in the Skype screen below the names.
Oh, you sent it to the group chat. Gotcha. Okay, 107. Okay.
So what's our next course of action?
Okay. I got 120 coin from that as repayment from the tavern keeper's, the former tavern keeper's stash. So, first thing on the agenda, I suppose, would be how we would be split it, how much we would regulate to the party fund, what we need to replenish the party supplies. I know I'm extremely short of my adventuring gear, thanks to all these ordeals, so I need to replenish that.
I think I should buy healing potions just in
Yes,
case.
that too. I need to replenish that as well.
I can assist you with that.
Just give
Oh
us
right.
all the front.
Oh yes, you mentioned that you can brew healing potions. Yes.
I can.
How
In
long?
fact, I brewed these myself. I hold up two.
Word. How long until you can pardon us some, and what kind of barter would you request?
I can work on those this afternoon, assuming we have some peace and quiet. And I wouldn't exact any pay for them.
So, you're able to just scrounge up the supplies, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Most of them are natural for healing potions. It's really not all that difficult.
All right.
Except peace and quiet. We don't get much of that lately.
No, you really don't. Speaking
Alright.
of peace and quiet, there's a knock on the door. Shortly
Come
after
right
knocking,
in. Come right in. Sir goes to the door and opens it.
That's what I get for tempting fate.
The door opens to reveal a very haggard-looking man, very familiar hat, very familiar beard, and the court wizard of
Barak?
Golan, Barak.
Barak? Is that you, good old
He kind of
man?
leans forward and says, I had heard you guys were back in town.
My Lord
Yes.
Barak, you look
Are you alright?
horrible.
I had some visitors last night that I hadn't expected to see for a long time, but I'm fine.
Oh,
Beard, it's so misshapen and
People
Who
you didn't expect
exactly
to find?
came to visit
What
you?
kind of people?
Just old friends.
all right.
Friends?
Friends.
That sounds
That's-
oddly familiar.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Doesn't it?
What kind of old friends? Honest.
People I used to adventure with many
Oh,
years ago.
Barak, I have a question.
Sure.
Oh, they
Are-
came here by horse, right?
I wouldn't know.
Anyway, our lead in Mentoran turned out to be a bust. Has there been any information here that came up about Arrow's whereabouts or possible whereabouts or anything?
Honestly, the only weird thing that has happened recently is the normal shipment we get from the fishing village to the southwest of here, the far southwest. They've had a lot of the sailors are coming back with more and more outlandish tales of the Western Isles.
Really now?
So, what's that town name?
How outlandish exactly are we talking here?
Like apparently there are islands disappearing and rising up out of the sea.
So, what's the town's name?
Yeah. The town's name is Oris.
Oh
O-R-E-S.
God, that is a cursed name.
Is it now?
I rather not speak of it.
Oris.
What's wrong, sir?
Oh,
You
hush.
seem
Their
to know
name is
something.
not that cursed.
Well, compared to
Yeah.
compared to this town's name, but it's a personal thing.
I'm sure it is. And do you mind sharing? Because it sounds like a relevant personal thing.
Not in this case.
Have you been to
Alright.
Ori?
I'll trust you.
Well, I'll say there's a
Have you
lot
been
of
there?
death came from someone of that name.
Hmm.
Some
Interesting.
great people's deaths at that.
Hmm.
Are they fighting the war, my lord?
Anyway, so
But, anyways, I just came to make sure that the reports were true, that you were all back in town, and thus I needed to be on the lookout for anything incredibly bad happening.
You have a grimace on your face.
Yes.
Why? Why is that?
Because if we don't have adventurers, we don't have problems. Because adventurers are the only one willing to say certain names.
you know,
I resent that.
I'm sort of just suspect the best way to get new leads is to say that name,
No, you see, that's the best way to have something very bad happen.
which will also lead to leads.
You want to know what happened maybe 4 years ago when somebody said the name, try to get a lead?
And
The
what's
dragon
that?
flew over the mountains and destroyed half the town.
Hmm.
That had nothing
Really?
that had nothing to do with the drow raiders they were after.
So you're saying we're the only thing that stands in the way of this town and safety?
You're saying that if
You
I say
need
the
us.
name of this town, a dragon might show up? Because those are valuable. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that.
Those are indeed valuable.
Not to us anymore. You'd be lucky to find a house in this town that doesn't have a fucking dragon skin something hanging over their mantelpiece.
Wait, really?
Dragonhide
Really?
forges
Oh.
great
It's not that
armor.
hard. I mean,
I could make do with some dragon skin.
As can I.
Cape? Sure.
Dragon claws, dragon teeth, dragon scale.
Yeah, dragon scale
Dragon
armor.
bones.
Oh my, that's
dragons.
some of the toughest armor in
Dragons.
existence.
Hey, Rin, we can make you some dragon gauntlets.
Hmm.
Well,
If I could scrounge up
Varrock
enough
just looks
dragon
at
scale
the whole of you and
dress.
just says, "Really, really."
The dawn
Or
would be
I'm
very.
not going to summon a
The
dragon
dawn would be.
just because you want to see it. Okay.
You guys are adventurers through and through.
The dawn would be very interested to having a dragon head being brought back.
I'm sure
I know,
it would.
Hycorax? You know much about dragons?
Hmm. Let's see. So. Oh, echo. Anyway, so. Barrock.
Yes.
What do you know of these disappearing islands to the west?
Just, well, the Western Isles are supposed to be mythical. The full thing that they've always been called is the Western Isles of Gold. They've always been very profitable treasure hunts for some people, I suppose.
Well, if they're mythical, then how did those treasure hunts come to be profitable?
Generally, it's because they bring back corpses of sea monsters.
Oh!
That far out west, there be dragons.
Oh, excellent.
Hmm.
Dragons and what other creatures? Because where there are dragons, there are probably other things.
Sheets, could I spout lore to see if I would have heard anything in my sea trip coming here? Because I would assume I would have come from the western shore.
Yeah, you came from the northwest. Go ahead and try to spot more.
Okay, that was a wisdom check, right?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yeah, because 14th isn't from this
Yes.
land.
11. Holla!
Something interesting and useful to the situation. Sea serpents are very intelligent creatures, and if offered a sacrifice, they'll let ships pass through their waters unharmed.
Oh, can I ask what kind of sacrifice, or that's all Sir knows?
Generally livestock. You saw it happen on the way over here. At the time, it seemed like superstition, but occasionally you would catch some very large things off of the shores of the ship in the distance, or large looking, I suppose.
Hmm. All right.
All right. Okay. No singing. Not yet, at least. We're not drunk yet.
I have not had enough whiskey for that.
All right. So, Eric just says, okay, all right, if you guys need help with anything, I'm going to be at the council chambers the rest of the day.
Oh,
Please,
sure.
please don't do anything dumb.
Barak,
Please.
it appears our next trip will be out at sea. If that's the case, how could we secure passage
Well,
to such mythical isles?
Well, you could probably go to Oris.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough posturing here. I say small fishing village, but it's much a small fishing village in the way that we call this fine city of Godoran a town.
Did you just say it out loud?
You just said the name.
Oh, I told you guys I
You
didn't.
just say the name.
Well,
Let the color range from his face and says, I will be right back.
Perhaps we could assist.
You'll know if you need to assist.
yeah, I think
Okay.
we hear an explosion, right?
You actually do hear an explosion.
I think we should all head over.
God damn it!
Mara kind of flinches and says, no. Just give me 5 minutes, please.
Alright.
Magical experiment.
You have 5
Okay.
minutes then.
Sir will leave the tavern and look for Dusk.
Dusk is over in the stables. He seems pretty content.
Okay, so
They've got good.
Sarah will tell its sweet nothings through a voice that translates language, brushes it, gets on, and chases after Barak.
So you don't give him the 5 minutes.
No. I give him the 5 seconds.
I think we don't. I think we already didn't do that. It's going to be
It was gonna be one of those days. Gotcha.
kind of
Well, it's not very hard to see. You see a very large plume of blue and green smoke coming from towards the slightly off of the town square on the northwestern side. Barak seems to know the way very well and comes to what looks to be pretty much a nice 2-bedroom residence. However, there's a couple holes blown out of 2 of the sides of the building, from which are leaking the smoke. Barak walks right up, makes a gesture at the door, and then walks in.
Okay. Sir will find a place to dismount and tie up his noble steed and rush in behind him. Totally not checking if anyone else followed.
You're gonna go rushing
You
in.
go right ahead.
Yes.
Okay. You walk in to find Barak screaming at 4 people in robes and masks about their dumb inability to keep fate occupied. They're all wearing cloaks and hoods of a different color.
You there, hooded man. What do you think you're talking about?
Here, let me go ahead and find the descriptions I have right here.
So how close are we to these hooded dudes?
Well, they're more towards the. Let's put it this way: when you walk into the room, you see stairs immediately following in a hallway, and he's in the drawing room off to the left, which is one of the rooms that has a hole through it. Give me one moment. Rin, do you know about what time I sent you that? Oh, there we go.
what?
the color of the capes we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
I've got it.
Okay. Yeah. After all the shipping talk, I can find it.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I never wrote that down. Damn it.
Forgot to note it.
And perfect. Okay. All right. There's that. All right. So there are four. One is wearing black robes. One's wearing red robes. One is wearing green robes, and another one is blue. The blue one smells burnt, like burnt flesh. The green one smells of forests, of a very, very thick, pungent smell of forest. Verdant forest, almost like magical, enchanted forests. But the red and the black ones, it seem like they're the only ones that are actually responding to Barak.
The red one smells lovely. That's what you gather.
Okay.
Did the red one smell lovely?
I don't know. Does it?
No. Those two, oddly enough, don't have any particular smell about them.
Alrighty. So, what's going on here?
Really, I told you to give me 5 minutes. I could handle this.
Oh, Sir, that's the other character. Sir is not saying anything.
Oh, okay.
He's just watching.
Well, it would appear that these guests of Barak, these old friends, are very annoying, I suppose, when it comes to a wizard's things. And it looks like they caused the explosion.
What sorcery is this? Yes, I'm talking to you, by the way.
So Bayar is so loud, he basically can
God
yell.
damn it, they are.
Barak kind of turns around, really, you guys? I said 5 minutes. I could have handled this.
Who are these men?
These are old friends of mine. They are guests in my home. And I suppose I wasn't clear with them about what they were not to touch.
To be fair, you did say the town's name.
I know.
So these are your old adventuring buddies.
Sure.
Well, you wouldn't mind if we rub a few shoulders with them. We're protecting your town effectively.
Rubbed a few
Let's
stones.
talk to your friends.
Shoulders. Rub shoulders with them.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Interesting masks.
I'm sorry, when I say masks, I mean they're just wearing cloth over the lower halves of their face.
Oh, like
Very
a bandit.
deep-set hoods. Like bandits, yeah. He says, and the one in the red, the one in the red robes, he says, "Oh no, we're fine. We haven't adventured for many, many years. We were just coming to see our good old friend."
How old do they look?
They look to be about Barak's age.
How old does Barak look?
Like 70?
Barak, he's got this weird thing where he looks old, but he doesn't move like an old man.
Okay, so he looks like
He
Magneto
looks like
age.
he could be. He
That's what
looks
she
like
Or
late
Dumbledore's
middle age,
age.
early elderliness, but he moves like early middle age.
Okay, so does he look like Dumbledore or Gandalf or something?
We'll say he looks like Gandalf, but moves more like.
Radagast?
He moves more
It's
like
Hammer.
Aragorn.
Hmm.
Very,
I bet
very
Matt
sure of his
blame for
selves.
this.
Radagast is pretty spry.
Yeah, he's a very spry wizard.
Okay.
But then again, the rest of these, they're all wearing cloaks and traveler's clothes. Very new looking traveler's clothes.
So, Barak, what exploded?
There was a couple alchemical ingredients I had here when mixed improperly are very volatile.
Hmm.
And apparently one of my friends here thought it was tea.
I could see how someone would mix those two up. I mean, tea leaves, alchemic stuff. Yeah. Well, this doesn't look like a big threat. Just a little boom.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm glad I'm here. I've been dealing with this kind of thing for a long time. And it could have been worse if I had not come in and dealt with it immediately.
By scolding them for it? Didn't seem to
Yes.
do anything besides scolding them for doing something they might probably obviously took as a wrong thing.
Well, I don't know quite when you got here, because otherwise you would have seen me take care of it. And it's about this point that the rest of you show up. The rest of you that actually waited for 5 minutes.
Who waited for 5 minutes?
I'm guessing Sable, Rin, and
Everyone
Hycorax.
else?
Okay, so Vayar, you're with me, Vayar?
Vayar
Right,
came
yeah,
up,
I'm with
yes.
you.
Okay.
I was startled by the sound, so I
Okay.
came to you.
Vayar, good man. Sarah will pat him on the shoulder and walk out.
Thank you, Lord.
It's worth noting that the smell on the green one is familiar to you, Veer.
Yes, and I kind of go up to the guy and kind of start looking around.
I mean, are you sniffing the guy?
Well, just
Did-
around his general
They,
zone.
So, wait, do you go to the guy and go right all over him?
Kind of invading his personal space just a little bit.
Vayar! God damn it, Vayar. Sarah will
He
grab...
kind of like flinches back and takes
Sir-
a step back.
Sarah takes Vayar by the shoulder and drags him out of the house.
Lord, there's something familiar about this guy.
Good for you. Let's reconvene outside.
Very well.
Okay, so I drag your ass outside by the ear.
It's quite a ride, my lord. But those guys, they.
What did I tell you about smelling people?
Speaking of which, VR. This is out of character. We didn't get a chance to discuss this before, but these very same gentlemen actually were the group of, or well, assumedly gentlemen, were the same group that met up with you shortly after you guys left Mentoran, and they rode with you back to Godoran.
Okay. There, what did I tell you about smelling people without their permission?
I know, but they do smell like the group that traveled with us on the way back to.
Well, they are the group that traveled with you, and the guy smelled like he smells like the hidden forest of Enchanted Dread, is what I'm saying.
Smells just like the place where I was taught. As a child.
Where was that?
Well, it was called the Enchanted Forest of Enchanted Dread. Yes.
Wait.
Magic
Say that.
place.
Wait, say that again.
Hidden Forest of Enchanted Dread. There you are. That all, my lord?
God damn it, Vayar.
Look, it's just the place where I was taught.
Vayar, have you not been taking notes on anything we've been learning?
Here and there, but mostly, wizard never needs a notebook.
Sarah goes
Only
back
spell
in.
books.
Sarah goes back in, weapon drawn, stares at the green guy, and demands, "What was your name? Good, sir?"
My name is Reinfrid Thomas.
Barak, can we talk?
About
Please. Put the weapon away, please.
And what was everyone else's name here? Don't mind me, I'm Sarah 14th. Pleasure. Everyone else's name?
Green. The other two, well, the one that is wearing blue doesn't say anything. The black and the red kind of go and stand next to the blue one. You can kind of tell from the shape that the one in blue might be a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But Barak comes and stands in front of them. That's not really any business of yours.
Well, how about we just have a pleasant conversation for a moment?
Really, with your weapon drawn?
Perhaps I was a little bit hasty. Sir actually put it away. You just reminded me of something. Barak, do you mind if either you or I could prepare some tea properly?
These
Since
are
they
my
seem to want
guests.
tea.
These are my
Yes.
guests in my house,
Yes,
and
your
thus their
guests.
reactions are my responsibility.
Yes, your guests seem to want some tea, so perhaps we should brew some up. I know Sable or was it Rin that keeps plenty of tea on them? I think it was Rin.
It was Rin. It is worth noting that those of you that are that waited the 5 minutes have been here for about a few seconds.
Okay.
So you guys are here at this point.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
So,
Oh, we are.
Well,
Yes.
hello, girls and
yes. May I introduce you to my compatriots? This one down there in the black is Sable. This other fine lady over here is Rin. Vayar was the one that was smelling you before. He looks at the green one.
I say it's a pleasure to meet you.
And that over there is Hykorax. Oh, and then there's Krunk. Say hi, Krunk.
Crunk just kind of like, magical bullshit. I ain't messing with this.
Okay.
Call me if you need me, but I'm waiting outside.
And so could you
Fine, man.
introduce yourselves, or perhaps Barak, could you introduce your friends to us?
My friends very much prefer their privacy, and I'm willing to speak to you all about this later, but for now, I have some repairs to contract.
How much of
Well-
the explosion went off? Did anyone get hurt?
No, nobody was hurt. Nobody was
Rainford-
in the area, luckily.
Rainford didn't mind saying his name. Why is everyone else so guarded?
Well, assumedly, that would be because Rainford is very, very good at being where he needs to be when he needs to be. And he saw no issue in speaking to you. The others, I don't know what their issue could be. But the fact of the matter is that I would all like to discuss this with those of you outside, if possible.
Certainly. I'm sure none of them
Yeah.
subject to that.
Outside,
Okay.
just asking. It's a real interesting coincidence.
Okay.
And I head outside.
Barak.
I follow Ren.
Barak.
Yes. So I'm
Sir-
going to guess everybody went outside.
Yeah, Sarah just stares at
I follow the rest of the party.
him with a tilted look.
He, as soon as he brings you up all outside onto his patio.
Sarah doesn't move.
Look, sir, I'm going to have to ask you. You did come into my residence without asking.
Sarah raises
I
eyebrows.
understand your concern when you thought there was an issue, but the issue has been handled. So I would have to ask that you be willing to speak with me outside.
Shall we go outside then? Sarah walks outside.
He brings you all. He comes outside and closes the door and says, "This is wizard business. They're just coming to see me. We haven't seen each other in very many years."
Barak, you're not exactly the most subtle person.
Indeed.
Sarah stares at him expectantly.
I don't know what explanation you're hoping to get from me, other than it's wizard business, and I'm sure your compatriot. Could
I have a
explain to
question. Why
Sure.
Why was the curse put on this town's name to begin with again?
Let's see here. There was a bunch of wizards that didn't like the town, so I guess they put a curse on it. That's just what I've gathered from my studies.
And what was the...
Right?
How long ago was this?
Lost to history, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
About
At
how many
least
generations
100
ago,
years.
roughly?
Again,
Rough
that's-
ballpark it.
Look, you and me, we're smart people, right? Could you tell me how long ago your god came into existence? Your god is a fact of life for you, right? Well, the curse is a fact of life to those of us who live in this town.
It's a little different than that.
Maybe for you. But the fact of the matter is, we know what we live in. And thus, we don't say the name of it if we can help it.
Is there anyone still living that'd been living before the curse came about?
I would hope not. That would be
Sir,
very, very weird things with it.
no one has heard anything from the Death Kings that cursed this town in centuries.
At this, Vera kind of spluttered and says, "What? Where did you
What?
get that name?"
I'm well read.
The Dev Kings are a legend.
Aren't they the legends tacked onto the curse of this town?
There's like 50 legends tacked onto the curse of this town.
Oh, really? Well, that's good to know. Thank you. That gives me more reading to do.
Oh, I thought we were outside.
You are.
Yeah, we are.
He followed us.
You're all on your own cat.
Outside. Oh, I thought we
You
were
read
outside.
too much. Exorcist.
I beg your pardon.
And
That's rather interesting talk coming from a book nerd, isn't it?
I meant not enough.
and Sheets, he has not said any lies to me, right?
He is not. Let's see. What did he say to you? He said that it'd be very strange if anybody was still alive. That
He does not.
The Death Kings are a legend.
I do recall
Have-
saying that these people were responsible.
Were you
I-
still alive?
He was responsible for those actions. Yes.
And were you still alive when the name had its original name?
Was I still alive when this town, a very, very small town according to legend,
Yes.
not even worthy of a wizard, was cursed by a multitude of wizards
Yes.
to be as cursed as it was?
Yes.
That's
Were
a
you alive
really-
at that time?
That's a really weird question. You should know better.
Yes
than
or
that.
no, good sir?
At this point, he says, "Give me a second," and he yells out to a boy crossing the street, "Boy, I need you to send a message to the carpenter for me. I obviously need my walls repaired."
Hey, what are you saying to that young boy?
He kind of just yelled it out. They are.
Oh, sorry, I was
Not hear
distracted.
him?
God damn it, they are. Okay. Sir will walk to Sable and mutter something in her ear. And
Ho.
I'm just gonna message you.
/W and then Sable and then type whatever it is.
And at this point, Barrack says, "All right, look, this is getting very weird. You all are acting very weird.
You acting weird, Barak.
I
beg
just
your
had 2 walls of my house blown off. Do you expect me to act normal?"
I'm just along for the
no,
ride
I'm-
watching your conversation. I'm not acting weird.
No, I remember very well when we talked before heading to Mentoron. You said some things that don't really add up to what you're doing or saying right now.
Okay.
Like what?
Like the fact that these people were responsible for cursing the town, and there's the coincidence that one of them is the gentleman or lady with the green cape.
Oh,
yes,
so
the
because
man
two
with the
people,
green cape. Rafe
because two
Thomas.
people have the same name, that means they're the same person. Mindford Thomas is
That
a
seems,
legend in the magical community.
So, just
He-
tell us. Okay.
He
Sorry.
did amazing things with the field of teleportation and space.
Okay.
I whisper back something to Sir.
Yeah,
Barak,
question.
can you just answer a question yes or no rather than that would be very weird.
Unless it's a weird question.
Do you know the actual reason why this town was cursed? Have you come across that piece of information at any time in your many
Yes.
years? Yes?
Yes.
And why is that?
I can't tell you.
Why
Why
not?
not?
Why? An explanation.
you aren't entitled to anything. You don't live in this town. You haven't been through the catastrophes this town has.
We're trying to protect this town, sir.
They don't really want us to protect it, they kind of just want us to leave, if you hadn't noticed.
Yeah, but nonetheless, we've defended the town from demons.
Demons that wouldn't...
Look,
Yeah.
Would be dead.
look, I'm aware of... Look, I am very familiar with fate. It's what my specialty is.
It's a good system, yes.
It's a good
Really?
system.
Was it a good... Okay, Barack, tell me this. Was it a good reason? As
Was it
in
a
a
good
morally good reason to
Morally
someone
good.
who would see killing people being bad, even if it's for the greater good.
Killing
that's
people
a
for the greater good is bad?
that's a tough discussion to
It's morally questionable, Staple.
have. We'll say depending on who is telling the legend.
And from
It's
your
either-
point of view,
From my point of view, I don't know the truth of it.
you don't know the truth?
Your sense that Pierce's lies is going off a little bit at that.
Hmm.
I
Spidey
don't-
sense
I don't-
tingling.
I don't mind asking. I don't recall the names of the other people present. Really,
Okay.
that was really uncouth of me. What is your name?
Is the door still open, by the way?
No, he closed it when he came out. He's standing
Okay.
with his back to
I ask discreetly to the one with the red cape.
it. They stayed inside.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely did not come out.
Okay.
Then I didn't say anything.
He says, "Yeah, your sense that Pierce's lie is going off when he says he doesn't know the truth of it."
Hmm.
But the fact of the matter is that
Alicia...
whether or not they were morally justified, I'm sure they thought they were at the time.
Alicia Jonah, Rainfield Thomas, Guy Reginaldus, Reginaldus,
Reginaldus.
Robrock.
Robrock. Yes. Those are the names of some of the wizards that are sometimes claimed to be the wizards that put the curse on it.
You know what, Robrock? You are an authoritative figure here. I am no... we have no place to enact the law. Shall we leave, guys?
Where
Was there-
exactly are we going?
To the town southwest to take a look at the vanishing islands to the west. I think we're done here.
I would like some time in town here to make preparations before we leave.
Oh, besides,
All right.
sir, you... I like how you just try to uncover a mystery and then drop it off entirely because that person is a figure of authority.
It
I
does.
don't like it.
It does not matter at this point.
It's about the law.
It doesn't
I think
matter.
it does matter.
There is no demon influence in town that we know of. Not anymore.
There's a difference between law and order. He's clearly more invested in law, and that's fine. Law is a very efficient system for getting things done. It's the only reason we have civilization. If he wants to drop it because of the law, that's a respectable choice, and I think we should go along with it. I'm not lying.
And
Okay.
Barrick says, "Look, I appreciate your all curiosity, and definitely it seems weird, but my friend in there shouldn't be held to some weird standards because his parents decided to name him after some famous mage."
Okay, Ro.
We
I
could-
think-
we could simply remove our doubts if we ask the names of your companions, all of them. We get the
Okay.
names that probability says are not going to be the same on this list, and we'll live this
All right.
life.
I didn't look. Wizards have a very, very, very powerful feeling about names.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just like demon true names, they're mostly important.
Right.
Any wizard's name is very important, and they rarely give them to anybody, even their own apprentices.
All right, Ro. Tell me this. Do you
Don't
know
call me Ro. I'm
what
not
happened to Arrow?
Arrow Nahir. Your party member.
Yes.
No, I have no idea what happened to Arrow.
Where is he?
Have you come across any leads?
No, we haven't.
This is all true?
Yes.
All
Look,
right.
The only thing we've ever heard, again, is these vanishing since you've left. In like one day, we got our regular shipment from Ores, and they were telling amazing stories about islands rising up out of the ocean
Alright.
and sinking, and gold being thrown out,
Alright.
raining gold and things like that.
Everyone?
So we
Let's
can't
go.
know the names of your
No, we
wizard
can't.
friends.
No, we cannot.
I would ask that you not ask again, because, and I'm sure
We
your
already-
friend here, that powerful, your friend looking over at VR can attest that powerful wizards don't give their names out to anybody.
We already know what we need to know, Rin. Let's go. And Sir will
Well-
grab his steed, mount up, and asks, anyone here care for a lift back? Front or back?
Apparently.
And
Don't try anything fishy.
Barak does place his hands on your shoulder, sir, and says, I would appreciate it if you didn't call me Ro. Nobody who goes by that name still lives, and it is a name much maligned.
Oh yes, that's probably a
I-
very bad person that isn't a bad person anymore.
I didn't get him anything when he said no one living his name Bro.
He said no one going by that name.
No, he said no one living.
No, he said no one going
No, you're.
by that name.
I got.
lives.
Don't forget, I'm recording this. I got proof.
I fine. I believe. I
So,
would love for you to
you're-
pull it back. He said
you're
no one
amending it?
going by that name still
Okay.
lives.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, Sir's mounted up. Would anyone like
Yeah,
to
people
come
can-
passage?
People can change names. People can change a lot of things about themselves. I know a lot about that.
There,
They certainly can.
there, Rin. Would you like to take passage with me back to the tavern?
Well, sure.
Just whatever you're doing in town, just don't say the name, please, because you already see that situations get bad. No matter
Oh.
what happens, situations get
I'm
bad.
sure situations could get a lot worse now. Okay,
Rin, why don't you
They are.
come with me while I go brewing?
Vera, come on.
Oh. Well,
Back-
maybe I will.
Back or front, Vera?
I'm just trying to, know how to feel about this.
Back or
let's go.
front?
Let's get some fresh air. You can clear your head.
Vera, back or front?
I leave it alone.
Barak does say, and I would like to
Back
speak
up
to VR shortly, for a
Um,
short time before he goes with you.
I am not leaving VR alone. I think it'd be very unsafe for any
You
of
don't
us to
have
spread
leave
out.
him alone, but I would like to speak to him privately.
My lord, please. Allow me to accompany this gentleman.
VR? If you disappear, I'm not searching for you too.
Okay, I promise I'll be back as soon as possible.
I'll wait out here. Sable, come here for a moment.
Oh, what you need? And I skate over on my broom.
Sir dismounts again and goes to her ear, and he will mumble something, and then mount up and just wait.
Whoa, what the fuck? That was...
And I'm gonna whisper that to
Okay.
you.
Okay.
All right. That's terrible. All right, so that was a fun little situation that could have gotten worse.
It could have been better too.
Krunk kind of walks up as you're all leaving, like, you guys are not good at not causing issues. I can see why they sent me to watch over you guys during your stay at the inn.
Oh, see? Sir was half tempted to just halberd Barak in the neck.
It's like, even you, holy man, I saw you rush in there with your weapon.
I whisper something back to Sir.
Okay. But yeah. So, do what you will
They're
with
doing
VR. Sarah's waiting
they're doing secret
patiently.
things. Shipping intensifies. I mean, mystery intensifies.
Everybody secrets. Everybody secrets.
Yep. Sable and Sir are actually conspiring to take over the party. No.
Well,
Yes.
that would be pointless, I think.
I was on his side all along.
Oh shit!
Oh, damn.
Gee.
Now we have another.
Avir, do you know how to whisper back to me in Roll20?
Is W function?
Yes.
Yes.
W and then GM.
Let's do it.
La, 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 la. Meanwhile, I'm going to be doing this after I pick up VR, but I'm to tell you now. Going to
Shopping?
try and pick up. Yeah, go shopping.
Okay.
What does everyone want Sir to buy? Hi, correct. I'm getting some feedback from you.
Yeah, that's happening.
Let's see here.
What are you doing at this time, dude? Am I correct?
Yeah, what is Hycorax doing while everyone splits up?
Well, he's watching the retardedness happen, that's for sure.
He has an invitation to join me when I go brewing.
So, I'll just try to.
One moment, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so